Hello everyone and welcome back to our online multiplayer sessions tutorial series. In this episode we will make work on making the find match button. Now the find matches is going to find available sessions that are currently in our game and then present them in a list, allowing the player to choose which game they want to join. So for this we need to go to our menu UI and change what we can do here. Now currently the buttons here are just switching this widget switcher, which is fine, that's what we want to happen, but we also need to make them do something else. In this case, I'm going to hit the join match button and it's going to find the available matches and populate our widget here. I'm going to go to the graph view here and find my on pressed for join match button. In here, we're going to right click and type in find sessions. And this find sessions node will be placed here. And we just need to feed it the player controller. So get the player controller. Then for max results, we're going to type in, let's say 100. Now it'll get us 100 results. You can make that lower or higher, up to you, but you want a fixed number there. Now when it's successful, it will get these results here. And when we get these results, we want to feed this through to the context menu switcher's active widget index. In this case, it's going to be the join match screen. So drag your join match screen out. And we're going to set up a function here to take these results and build that list out. So let's go onto our join match screen widget. Go to the graph view, and in here we're going to make a custom event, which is going to do the we'll do populate results, and this is going to be taken in one array, and the array is going to match this array that comes out of the results here. If you hover your pin over it, you get a value from it. You can see that it's actually a blueprint session result structure as an array. So if you go to join match screen, that's the one you want to add. So blueprint session result, make that an array like so, and we'll call this one found sessions. And we've found the sessions. We're going to do a for each loop and drill down a list of those available sessions. And when you come out of here, we're going to do a for each loop and plug that in. Now if you drag out the array element and type in get, now you can see the information you get from this array element. You get the current players, the max players, the ping, and the server name. Now the server name is actually going to be the name of the person in Steam, so it'll be whoever is hosting it, it'll be their name that shows there. You use this. So you want to have these things available to us on the thing that we are building into our list. So let's create a widget to display these items. So let's create a new widget. And this is going to be called a result, session result underscore UI, and open it up. I'm going to get rid of the canvas panel, and instead we're going to have a border. And I'm going to change the background of that border to be black with a slight see-throughness. And inside that, I'm going to have a horizontal box. And inside this horizontal box, we're going to display that information we were looking for. So we need text for the name. And that text is going to be the name of the server. And we want to fill up the available space we have. So hit fill on that. And I'm going to type in here server name. Okay, and let's change this from fill screen to desired so you can see the thing here. Next, we're going to make it so it shows the number of players and the max players. So we're going to drag out another text field into the horizontal box, and this is going to be the players. And then we're going to drag another field out, which can be the ping. If you don't know what ping is the millisecond delay between it and the server. So the closer they are geographically, usually the better the ping. So what we're going to do here is, if I change that from desired to custom, I can then change the width of it to test out what it looks like in multiple widths. Okay, so the server name you can see is separated here. It's going to take up all the space here, players here, and ping here. Now I want all of these to be vertically centered in the vertical alignment. So I'm going to go and do vertical centered for each one. like that. And ping, I'm going to put in a padding on the left here of 50. And around the whole entire horizontal box, I'm going to put a padding of, say, 20. Okay. And then the padding around the whole entire thing. So I'm going to click on the root node of this, so session results UI root here. And you'll see padding available to us. We're going to put in a padding of, say, 10. And that's going to put in padding in between each result so you can see them each individually. Now this also needs to be a button, so that when we click on it, we can then join it. So here I'm going to add a button to our horizontal box. Drag button in. And this is going to have some text in it saying join. Again, you may want to add some padding to this on the left here of 50. Oh, not on the text, sorry, my bad. On the button. Go. And I'll make that join text black. There we go. Compile and save that. So go to the graph now, and in here we need a variable, and that variable is going to be the blueprint session. Call it session. And type is blueprint session result. And we're going to hit editable and expose on spawn. Compile. Now on the construct of this, we're going to take that session out, get, and from there get server name, get current players, get max players, and get king. Okay, now we're going to tie these all up into our text fields. So we're going to go to each one of these text fields, pick its variable and name it. So it'd be server name text, player count text, variable ping text, variable, and the button, it should be ready for a variable, but you name it join button. Okay, now go to the graph. We should see these options here. And I'm going to drag out my server name first, get, and then set text. Plug that in, and then plug this into the in text there. Next, we're going to do the player count. Drag the player count out, set text, and plug that in there. And in text here, we're going to do format text. Now, I'm using format text because I want to display the number out of another number. So I'm going to do curly bracket A, curly bracket, which sets one parameter, but space, then a forward slash, then another space, then curly bracket B, curly bracket. Now I have these two parameters that I can feed into this text field. So get current players is going to A, and get max players is going to B. So if you've got 5 out of 10, it will show 5/10 players. And then finally, we've got our ping text. We're going to drag that out, get, and do set text. And plug that in there. Hit compile and save that. Next, we're going to go to our join button and go on clicked. And on here, we're going to get our game instance and call that event we have on there. So get game instance, past to online game instance. And from there, we do the join session. And the join session is going to require the session, which we plug in. So compile and save that. Okay, so there is the basics of our singular entry. We're now going to make them display in that list. So go back to your join match screen and back to our for each loop. And in here, we're going to drag out from the loop body and do create widget. And on here, we're going to choose our session result UI. And we should be able to plug in our element into the session. If you don't see the session appear here, it's because you haven't ticked expose on spawn. Tick that and it should now appear here. Compile and save that. Next, we need to add this to our scroll box so the player can scroll down a list of all available matches. So in our designer view for this, we're going to get rid of this background here because that is hideous. We're going to change the color of that to grey color of some kind. So do that and do 0. I'll just do this. I'll just do it as a dark grey. That'll be fine. And inside there, we're going to have a scroll box. So do scroll box. Hold up. There it is. And for this, we're going to make this a variable, and we'll say match list, session list, whatever you want to call it. File and save that. Now you may want it to show the number of sessions it found at the top here. If I want to do that, I need to wrap my session list up first of all with a vertical box. And inside that vertical box, alongside the scroll box, it's going to have some text on it. Drag text out and plug that in. I'm going to put that above the session list. Make the session list up here, change it to fill. And this text here, we're going to tick is variable and call this one found session text. File, go to the graph. Now on the graph here, when we have found those results, we've got the populate results coming through here on found sessions. But alongside that though, we want to find how many we've got here. So we take this found sessions out, get the length, and on completed, we're going to take the found session text, get and set text, plugging it into that is completed on the for each loop. Now for the in text, we'll do a format text, and this will say curly bracket a curly bracket space sessions found, and I'll plug that integer into there. So if it has found 5, it would be 5 sessions found. Compile and save that. Okay, so now we've got this populate results done. We're going to go back to our main menu UI and back to our join match button. Now with the reference to join match screen, we should be able to call that populate results, which is going to ask for the found sessions array, then in turn feeds through to the for each loop, building each one of those results as a list. The last thing we need to do is tell that entry to add itself to that scroll box. Go back to your join match screen, and on the create session scroll box here, we're going to drag out the session list, and we're going to do from there add child, and we're going to add the result pin into it, adding him to that list. File and save. Now, if you have the player hit the join match button again, what they're going to do, you want it to do is refresh this found sessions list. So what we're going to do here is make this session list clear itself. So take the session list out at the start of this and do clear children. And that'll wipe out anyone that's inside of there and make it empty list again before it repopulates it for each one there. Compile and save. So that's all that done. So in the next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to test this out with a live player, and we'll see how it populates that list. And then from there, we'll get it working so we can join and send ourselves to the lobby and host matches. If you want to watch the next episode right now, head over to patreon.com/Ryan Laley. You can watch that episode plus many other videos for all from just $1 a month. Big shout out and thank you to all my patrons and their continued support. It really is amazing, guys, so thank you again so much. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye everyone.